Caribbean vibes.
This is Caribbean Vibes. This is Caribbean vibes.
Yes, hello and good evening. Welcome to the Global Horizon show here on SLR radio.co.uk, and this is Buzzin B in the driver's seat, or as I call it, in the hot seat. I hope you're having a good evening, and I hope that you also had an awesome and terrific day. I just want to big up Mandingo, who preceded me with his positive and information show, mixed with a little bit of music, just keeping you on the pulse, keeping you up to date with what's happening in the African and Black community, global community. So once again, just want to just pick up Mandingo for his show here this evening, who just finished the show about 15 minutes ago. Right now, we're going to be going into the Global Horizon show with myself, Puffin B, and the Advocate. We've got quite a packed lineup for you today. Today we will be talking about. We're keeping with the theme of Black History Month. We focus, and Black being the operative word. We focus. But tonight's conversation is about the business of health and well-being. So we look at the health of the business of health and well-business, making it our business in terms of being healthy and looking after our well-being, but also, looking at businesses which is providing a service about health and wealth. And our studio guests who will be live via the link up. The live link up will be Montu from the Tree of Eternal Life store. So he will be calling live to talk about the business of health and well-being. He should be around about 7:30 or so. He will be we'll be live here on the show. We also have tonight. We also have Anne, the urban psychotherapist, with her segment of the show, Black Men Talk, and working on the general theme of restoring healthy relationships in the Black community. And our topic tonight is collaboration on spoken narratives. And her guest is Janubius Red, and he's a child and young people creative mentor and artist. So you can tell we've got a pack lined up show for you this evening. If you want to join the conversation and be part of it, you can text on 07984 931 588. And if you want to call the studio live when the opportunity is available, the number is 07377 236 067. Again, I'm going to repeat those numbers for you. If you want to, you can text the studio 07984 931 588. And to call the studio live, 07377 236 067. And the music that you heard at the top of the show is from Ella Andol, and she is from Trinidad and Tobago. She's going to be the featured artist of the month, and she originally from Grenada, but she moved to Trinidad when she was 8. Her immediate descendants were of Yoruba from Nigeria, who came to after the abolition of slavery. They came as after that period, during the emancipation period afterwards, and her descendants maintain their language and cultural customs in terms of their religious identity in that sense, and she still sings in the language of her descendants, which is Yoruba. So she still sings in that language of Yoruba, singing to the Orishas. So she's going to be the artist of the month. So her name is Ella Ando. Now let's get on to that topic about business, the business of health and wealth. It is a topic that that is discussed in the community quite often, focusing on health and our well-being, and I'm sure that we are aware of a lot of the challenges, and particularly in the way that we are presented or are represented in the statistics, in terms of health and well-being, mental health. You got diabetes. There's so many other high blood pressure, and there's a lot of that that is happening. Stress. So the community is often faced with these glaring statistics that do not always present us as a very healthy community in that sense. At least if you look at the statistics in terms of the way that they are presented by the some from the local health authorities, some through different research organizations that normally present these statistics to us. So it is important that it become our business to focus on our health and our well-being. I know that the late great Brother Dougie did focus a lot on health and well-being, and he often brought a lot of speakers and people who could give knowledge and informing people about looking after several aspects of their certain aspect of their lives in terms of their health. So I think it is very crucial that we, as a community, that we continue, and as individuals, that we continue to look after, that we continue to focus and look after our health, and making health and well-being our business, because a healthy community is a wealthy community. Because we have to focus on particularly those areas where we come up short. So where we come up short in terms of the statistics present, in terms of the diabetes, the high blood pressure, and so forth. Those ones that normally present themselves, but also just looking after our health in general, and perhaps changing our diet, because some of them, particularly the diabetes aspect, is definitely diet orientated. So it is important that we focus on looking after our health in that regard. So we have to make health and wealth. We have to make the wealth of our health is very important, because our health is our wealth. So we have to focus on working on it and ensuring that we give it the best attention and making it our business. So we have to make wealth, health, and well-being our business. And there are lots of businesses who out there who provide those sorts of services that is available in terms of how you can look after your health and your wealth. And I think since we've got we have Montu on the line. I'm going to bring Montu. Just give me a minute. I'm going to bring you on in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have to. There's several businesses out there which provide services for people and for the community to look after their health in a positive way, but also going the organic route, because there's a lot of businesses now also focusing on that. And one of those such businesses is the tree of eternal life. And I've got Montu here this evening. Good evening, Montu. Montu. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. As I was saying to the listeners earlier on, that the importance of making our health and our well-being our business. So, and you run a store which caters, to provide those services that caters for our health and our well-being. Now, first of all, Montu, just tell us a little bit about the Tree of Life as a business.
Eternal life.
The Tree of Eternal Life, missing the key word. The Tree of Eternal Life, and one of the reasons why that business was formed.
Let me first say thank you for allowing me on your show, and it's a privilege to be here. I'm honored. And in answering that question, it started in a way that there was a time that I was looking personally. I was running up and down, and I was looking for bitters. I remember saying I needed some bitters, and because a long time since I had bitters, I said I knew my body needed something. This is me, just me. I thought I need some bitters, and I spoke to the wife. I spoke to other people. I said, where can we get bitters from? And everyone was saying, well, there's this bitters and that. When I looked at the bitters, it wasn't really the bitters that I was looking for. And we sat down and we looked at things, and we said, well, as a church, which we are, we said, well, we need a place to sell our products, our books. But with what's happening, with you looking for bitters, and all you could find is pharmaceutical products, we realized, look, there's a lack of. Now, you could go over to South London and maybe find a few shops there. I could probably travel down to Stoke Newington and get some herbs there. But in Tottenham, where I was, there was just nothing that I knew of that I could get, we could find. So we said, look, we need a place. We need a place that's going to supply the herbal products that we grew up on, a place that's going to help the well-being of our people, a place that's also going to support black businesses, because part of the problem is that everybody else seems to be making our products for us. And that was another thing that we looked at in saying, well, we'd like to support black businesses. We want to make sure that black businesses have an outlet. Obviously, we're a small shop. We can't do everybody, but if we can start somewhere and start to help small black businesses like ourselves to get off the ground, then that's a start. Now, we've noticed that, for instance, when you go into the most of the cosmetic shops, it's all Asians owning these products and making them for us. One thing I can assure you is that if we were making Asians' products, they wouldn't be buying them from us. If we was making the Oriental products, they wouldn't be buying them from us. But everybody wants to make our products, and we buy it from them. So let's have some place where we can at least establish our own products. So for our people, that is. So we decided, my wife, myself, another brother called Nicky, and my brother in America, and our teacher, Xtra, we need to open this store. So we opened the store. And with opening the store, it's just one here. We're now opening stores in Bahamas. We're opening stores in Trinidad. We're opening a store in Atlanta. That's the next one going to be opened, actually. There's one out opening in South Carolina. We're looking to open Tree of Eternal Life throughout the world because this problem is not just isolated to London or England. It's happening throughout the world where we're all living because we've been moved away from our natural sources and resources and been taken into this pharmaceutical thing of a pill cures everything, and realizing that the same problems that the Europeans are having, we're now suffering from. Why? Because we're living in their likeness. So we're going to suffer what they're suffering. So it's essential that we have this store open. So that's what really moved us into this direction.
Yeah, I want to tell the listeners a little bit about what the store offer. I mean, I visited it this evening, and is aware of products you have there and the services that you offer. Just tell the listeners a little bit more about the things you offer and the products you have and the services you offer.
Well, we try to offer. I say try modestly, right? We try to offer healthy foods. For instance, on the food side of things, we've got your spelt flour, you've got your rye flour, we've got your wholemeal flour and that sort of thing. We've got drinks there, which is made with alkaline water. That comes from Ras Alkaline. He puts those juices in there. We've got beans, peas, seeds, those sort of things, all organic. We've got certain snacks, healthy snacks, because we know people still want snacks, no matter how healthy we say we would like to be, we're still going to need some form of snacks. And we offer the vegetarian or vegan range and vegetarian range of, I'm dealing with this section first, of foods, like frozen foods and refrigerated foods. But then we move into our speciality. We move over into the herbal products that we offer, and that's the real deal. We know we've got people like Sister Kendaki, who's got a range of products that she's got on there, and she's building up some more for us. So we're dealing with people that's got diabetes, we're dealing with people that's got high blood pressure, we're dealing with people that can't sleep at night, insomnia. We're dealing with people with all kind of ailments. We're putting products together for her. We've got, as I mentioned, Ras Alkaline, and he's got a set of tonics and drinks that helps to alkaline your body. We've got products coming from Ankara, and he deals with mainly the high grade of moringa should I say, moringa, powder, pills, oils, leaves, and seeds. Then we've got another set. These are all Nubian Mennonite people, all our Nubian people, and we've got another range of products coming from the Moringa family, where they source most of theirs from Grenada. They've got a farm in Grenada, and we've got teas coming from them, soursop and Moringa tea. We've got Irish moss and Moringa tea. We've got Moringa tea. We've got slimming teas that they've got 3-4 different types of slimming tea that they produce. We've got CBD oils coming from them, different strengths CBD oil. We've got CBD balms, the CBD oils and the balms that help you with your ailments or your pains and your joints and them sort of things. We've got CBD oils coming straight from Jamaica. We've got Mariandina, the whole range of Mariandina, where we've got that on shelf. We're actually helping people with the Mariandina and all these products. We've got our products, well, I say our products, a sister called Renutet, and she does it a range, and it's amazing because she does so many of these capsules, and they're all herbs dealing with, whether it's to deal with your adrenal system, your lymphatic system, your stomach, your brain, and we've also got Mother Nature's product, which is King Lion, and he's got a range of products as well, cleansers for arthritis, for the lung cleansers, and these are all practitioners who have put their products together, and they have all these products that people come in, and it's whatever attracts you. If you say, well, I've got diabetes, we can show you from all different range of which one they all do and which one you may feel happy with. Then the cream of it, right, for us is we've got a little room at the back. Not at the back, then you go, and we've got all herbal products that you can say, well, I want some burdock, I want some Irish moss. We've got 4 sets of different type of Irish moss in there. From the purple's just run out, but from the purple normally this will be coming back in soon. From St. Lucia, coming from Tortola, coming from Barbados, Irish moss there. We've got spirulina, we've got chlorella, we've got dandelion, we've got dandelion leaf, we've got so much herbs back there that people can now weigh and say, well, if they need these herbs. Because before, for instance, this was part of the reason why we had to do all this, because I was traveling all the way to Stoke Newington to get the herbs. And people are now if you're in Tottenham, you don't have to travel all the way to Stoke Newington, travel all the way over to Woolworth Road or go over to Brixton. It's here. You can come, we're here, we're there. And if we don't have it, we will source it. Once we can sort it. You can come in and say, look, we're looking for this, and we say, no, we don't have it. We write it down and we source it.
Yeah.
We make sure that the next time you come in, we will have it. So these are a few of the things. Then, to top it off, we've got a consultation room at the back that we hire out. And so for practitioners who want to come in and sit with somebody, they can hire it out for £10 in the morning, and to evening it's £15 an hour, and they can sit with their clients and talk, and then decide what they're giving them. So we're hiring this venue, this room out for people. We keep it in very good mix so people can come in and practitioners use it for everything. We've got a massage table in there, a sink in there, and a table and a desk in there for them to do their work on. So this is this small little place. This is what we've got to offer. Just some of the things, and we're going to go a lot further, because once we get online, which we're building our website as we speak, and that should be ready hopefully by end of November. We should have that up and running. There'll be stuff that we will have online that probably won't be in the store, because the store can only hold so much.
Yeah.
And that's where we know the bulk of the products will go.
Yeah. So, if for example, if someone comes in the store, because you mentioned you've got a consultation room, if someone comes in the store and they want to, say, have a consultation, how does it work?
Okay. If someone wants to come in and have a consultation, we will direct them to one of the practitioners, and I'll give them their phone number, or I'll phone them on their behalf, and I'll give them the phone, and they'll speak to them, and then they'll arrange whatever time they're going to come in, and boom. Like, for instance, Sister Kandaki, she's normally there on a Monday, so her one's not so hard, because between Monday mornings is when she's normally there. So she could be there Monday or Tuesday. Other times she can book the odd days, depending on the people when they come in. So they'll come in, ask for help, and if we can't direct them to something straight off, say, well, okay, take this, which say 60-70% of the time we can direct them to products. Then we phone up the practitioner, and we give them flyers of the practitioner, and they decide which one they want to go with, and we call that practitioner and get them to sign up an appointment with them.
Yeah. So I know that we had a conversation about, obviously your focus is on herbal, offering herbal solutions to health and well-being, not only problems but also making it better. Have you noticed any trend in terms of people moving away from the traditional? The traditional responses to their ailments and issues to do with health.
Oh, definitely. We're constantly getting people coming through the door with high blood pressure and diabetes. Those are the main two things that we get constantly coming through the door, and ED as well. We get that coming through the door, and we always say, look, okay, you can take this, take that, take this. And for instance, we have a product called Diamond, and it came from our brother King Lion, who's got Mother Nature, and people that are taking it say, look, I'm seeing a significant change. I want this. It's funny because the other day I was closing the shop, and in fact we was just tallying up, getting ready to go, and the sister banged the door. No, I need to come in. I need to buy my Diamond. And she took it. this must be a second or third bottle. I said, it's working. She goes, yes, it works very well. And sometimes you only need to take it 3, 4, 5 times, and it takes it back down, and then you're off. As long as you're eating right, you're off. You don't need the pharmaceutical product anymore. So a lot of people are realizing that the side effects from the pharmaceutical, we've got to understand this. Pharmaceuticals are not trying to heal you. They're trying to keep you in a state where you're constantly taking tablets. That means they're constantly making tablets and they're constantly selling it to you. They're not trying to get you healed so that you've taken X amount of tablets and you no longer have to come back to me. So people that's got high blood pressure, you're on a high blood pressure tablet for the rest of your life. Now, if we do the maths, and you're being charged £8 for a bottle of tablets, and you have billions of people, 1 billion of people on this, then you're making £8 billion. So they're not trying to get you off or healed. They're trying to keep you in a certain state. Part of our problem is that even though we say it and we all know it, right, prevention is better than cure, we seem to want to be cured. And when we're taking the herbs and nothing's wrong with us, we say, well, I'm taking this tea, nothing wrong with me. And we take that attitude and say, well, okay, nothing's wrong with you because you're taking the herbs. And then you stop taking the herbs, then you get sick. And now we're going to try and mend you. And every time it's like something, every time it tears and you mend it, it's never as strong as it was before. So we're trying our best to get people into health. And once people grab that and say, well, you know what, for instance, we put out the Super 5. And that's been flying off out.
I was going to ask you about that in terms of you've got the COVID situation, and of course we got the flu season is imminent at the moment, and I was wondering what you have there.
Well, we have a mixture where we take wheatgrass, barley grass, chlorella, spirulina, and what's the last? Oh, moringa, and we mix that, and these are high in antioxidants. They're high. They build your immune system, and they allow you to stop all these things happening. Will you get not saying, well, if I walk out there naked, nothing's gonna happen to me? No, saying once you're taking this on a daily basis and you're making this part of your diet, you're cutting down the percentage is much lower of you getting sick unless you walk into something crazy. We've also got, like with Sister Kendaki, she's got a Corona package that she tried and tested last time round, where she made teas, and those family, no matter how they were mixing in it, never got sick. And those people that did get sick got healed. And so we've got that package in there too. I remember a young lady passing through, and they looked at it and said, "Oh, Corona," and her laughed. And I'm saying, when it hits back, I know where you're running to. Because I know you're going to remember it. It's here. It's teas. It's made out of natural herbs, and it works. No different than in Madagascar, where they have perfected a Corona herb remedy, and they won't allow us to get it. I was trying to get it into the country. They won't allow us to get it into the country.
Mm-hmm.
Similar herbs that they were using is what Sister Kendaki put into her remedy, and not one person that got sick in Madagascar wasn't healed. The fatality was 0. So what do we say?
And what were, because obviously, as we know that in business there's always challenges, and particularly in this particular climate. So what, in terms of the health food business, because I know it's a I could say that they are not like hundreds of people like yourselves who are perhaps providing this kind of service. Most of the ones you get are normally on the other side where everything is bad for you. So what was the challenge in setting up such a venture like yours?
The challenge really was getting the product. Serious, because a lot of the things that we knew we needed and wanted, we just couldn't find. And because we started in the middle of the coronavirus, a lot of things were shut down. So you'd phone companies who normally would have it on their list, and they would say, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. You go into other places and there'd be out of stock. A lot of people with out of stock of a lot of the herbs that we needed. A lot of the challenges also with the things that we needed from back home. We don't have companies that are dealing with that, so we have to find companies that would give us the guinea hen, the companies that would give us the strongback, the companies that would give us the cherry, the companies that would give us the horny goat. These sort of things that we're seeking. We're now at a stage now where we've found those things and we've got them in the shop. We've found a lot of herbs that we're seeking, and we're always getting more, and we're reaching a stage where we've now reached out to members who are in, say, Trinidad, members that are in Bahamas, who are now setting up the farms to grow these things. Because, for instance, blue vervain, it seems to be very hard to get. That's coming over very shortly. We've been growing that. We're getting that grown. So a lot of the challenges was grabbing the herbs that we knew work and bringing it over, bringing it over to here. That's part of the major challenge that we're going right now. But we're on it. We're on it.
Yes, so you recently opened. Of course, people would want to know where you are, because we've been talking about the challenges. We're talking about the products you have. We've been talking about the you know what inspired you to start the business. But people want to know, of course, where you are, so they can come and get your services.
Oh, we're situated at West Green Road, 124A West Green Road. The funny thing about it, when we tell people 124A West Green Road, they'll be walking down the bottom of West Green Road where all the shops are, looking for us, and then they may come up the other end and say, I've been looking for this shop and walking up and down the road and didn't see it. Look for Tree of Eternal Life. Right? We are close to Lawrence Road. So if you come up that side, if you know Tottenham, you come close to Lawrence Road, you must find us. Right? 124 West Green Road, N15 5AA.
Yes, and and it's African and Caribbean Holistic Health and food store. So how has it been since you've opened?
Well, as we know, as a new business open, you get the rush, the initial rush from you've done the promotion. We've had that, but we've now been plateauing now. It's been steady. Mm-hmm. I'm not complaining, because you know you're going to have your up and down days. It happens in any shop that you have. Some days, no matter how big the shop is, you don't make a lot. And other days, boom, and it's when people get paid as well. Mm-hmm. We're also touching a recession. So because we're touching a recession, we expect to feel a little bit of that too. Mm-hmm. But what's the beauty is we're offering health, and people want health. Mm-hmm. So it's been very good. I'll have to say, based on all what's going on in our community, and all what's going on in the world and in England and London, we're doing okay. Yes. We're surviving. We're doing very well, actually.
So, yes. So people want to, because people hearing you might want to either contact you or order something, or to ask even about organizing a consultation. Now, how may they do that?
They can call us on 0208, right, 800 314. Say it again, 800 3114. Sorry, I say it again, 0208 800 3114. Sorry, or you can email us. Sorry, on info at treeofeternallife.co.uk. I say it again, info at treeofeternallife.co.uk.
Yes, thank you very much, Montu, for sharing, because you're doing an invaluable work in terms of providing that service for health, because a healthy community is a wealthy community. So
I have to say thank you. And we have a slogan, because we say we aim to heal all. Because one thing I didn't mention is we do have books in there as well. Our books, which is for the mind. So we deal with that side of it. I didn't mention it, so I've got to throw it in. We have books that are on sale there, books that help to get you back in check again.
Yeah, so I just wish the business well, and just people should come out and support the Tree of Eternal Life, based there on 124A Western Road, London, in 155AA. In opening times Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to
What?
7 p.m.,
Yes.
and Sunday 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. And so people, you should come down and support this particular business. I know a lot of you used to go to Stoke Newington to get your herbs, including myself, but now we have one there in Tottenham where you no longer need to go to Stoke Newington. Just support our businesses in that sense. Because I think not just supporting it, but you're also supporting your health. In support, that's a good thing about your nature of your business, because in supporting you, people are also supporting their health.
That's right.
So, Monto, I just want to thank you again
Thank you.
for coming in and sharing what you're doing in terms of offering the community to provide them with good and sterling health. So, Monto, thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Yes, that was Montu there from the Eternal Tree of Life. The motto is, we aim to heal all. And they're providing a service there, providing herbs, holistic health there. They're also practitioners there. There's a consultation room that you can also consult them about your health and well-being. So that was Monty from the Tree of Life, from the Tree of Eternal Life. I'm located there, 124 West Green Road, London, N15 5AA. If you want any further information from them, the number is 0208 800 3114. That number again, 0208 800 3114. We're coming up to the 8 o'clock hour on the 12th of October 2020, and you're listening to the Global Horizon Show here on slrradio.co.uk. And up next, we have Blackman Talk with Anna, the urban psychotherapist. And she is willing, ready, smiling, ready. And the topic today is the topic is collaborations, unspoken narratives, and she have a guest also today. She will tell you more about that. But his name is Anubis Reds, and he will be doing a live link up here. He'll be doing a live link up at 8:15 p.m.
John Anubis here, aka Jarrets, and I'm tuning to SLR Radio on TuneIn, and I'm listening to Black Man Talk with Anne's urban psychotherapist, Mondays at 8 p.m, the Global Horizon Show, Black Man Talk with Anne's, tune in. John Anubis here, aka Jarrets, and I'm tuning to SLR Radio on TuneIn, and I'm listening to Black Man Talk with Anne's urban psychotherapist, Mondays at 8 p.m, the Global Horizon Show, Black Man Talk with Anne's, tune in.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon And darling, darling, won't you stand by me? If the sky look upon me, should tumble and fall, all of the mountain may crumble to the sea. I won't cry, no, I won't shed no tears. Just as long as you stand by me. Now, darling, I said I need somebody, I need just a little helping hand.
Hello everyone and welcome to Black Men Talk with Ands, known as the Urban Psychotherapist. That was amazing. Amazing. Yeah, we were enjoying that. I'm actually beginning to think that I should be a music DJ.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying the songs
Good
that I'm
selection.
choosing. It's a good selection. That was Stand By Me. Okay, so we're going to stand by each other. Now, for those of you who are new to the segment, thanks for joining me this evening. And for the next 30 minutes, we're going on a journey of therapeutic radio. So straight to it, from 1 to 10, we're going to do a check-in, and then we present the topic, and tonight we will be taking a live call. And also for you silent listeners out there, I invite you to contact the show and make yourselves known. The number is 07377 236 067. I repeat, 07377 236 067. And for those of you who are going to text in, it's 07984 931 588. That's 07984 931 588. Now I will let you know when it's time to call in. And there's something interesting because I'm going to ask a question about the song that was just played. And then we're going to welcome our special guest, who will be one of the performers at the upcoming online Black Men Talk special. And then we're going to end the show with some reflections and then another track to say goodnight. All of that in around 30 minutes. So let's begin from 1 to 10. We usually check in. How are you feeling this evening? So I'm going to start with Buzzing B. How are you feeling this evening?
From 1 to 10.
From 1 to 10, followed by a word. Just whatever word is in the moment.
8, terrific.
8, terrific. I started out 3, 4, and then my word is reflective, but I'm at 8 now. I'm there.
It's the first word that came to me this morning when I woke up, was the word terrific. So I've been with that word all day.
Oh, right, terrific. Okay. Well, if you're saying terrific, I'm reflective. At home or wherever you are, what's the word that comes up for you? And we just sit with it. Whatever it is, we sit with it. So now I just want to add, obviously, with so much illness and loss of life, you know, keeping it moving for me certainly has taken on a whole new meaning. As recently, my auntie, a few days ago, my dad's sister, she passed away. And it's a difficult time for the family. And, you know, for many people right now. And I find it's time to prioritize. So that leads me to the event. Now, the event is definitely taking place and there will be an update next week. Meantime, my challenge remains to listeners. I invite you to learn the dance to Jerusalem. So all will be revealed in time. Now, those of you who listened to the show last week had the pleasure of listening to Mervyn Barrett, the peak performance coach. Mervyn is an absolute hit. Okay, I was so pleased when I received feedback from an elder who viewed the interview as a beneficial collaboration. Now, this shows what can be achieved when we collaborate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, without egos, just people are responding to down-to-earth men and women who have the community's best interest at heart as we collaborate with the community. So we all bring something special to the table. Now, Mervyn Barrett is a world-class humble. I know Mervyn's going to be embarrassed by me saying all this, but Mervyn Barrett is world-class and humble speaker He's one of the speakers at the event. He's completely down to earth, so much so he accepted our on-the-spot invitation to return last week. However, we all agree Mervyn is worth the wait, and he will be back before the event. He is returning as one of our amazing speakers who will be delivering what I call a masterclass of all masterclasses at our online event. So, today, live calls, collaboration. This is what we do. The Global Horizon Show and the Black Men Talk segment. Collaborate. Now, the live debate topic review. Unspoken narratives. I'm able to look at topics raised throughout the show, doing like a check-in, and why I started the project in the first place, the project being the Urban Narratives Project. I started it because of how black women were seen, the negative narratives around black women, and people making exceptions out of some of us, myself included. You're not like black women, black women, black women. And also, my work as a psychotherapist, I work with all races and gender. However, within the community, I worked with predominantly black men in therapy, and they influence and impact my survey. And what I call life-changing collaboration with those black men within the therapeutic space that informed my practice and became the central focus of the survey. Urban narratives are taken from my main project book called The Black Verses, Raw Race-Related Narratives, Conversations We Need to Have. We also look at the community and relationship wounds, being honest with ourselves, having those difficult conversations about community relationships. I refer to women with other women, men with other men, men to women, parenting, co-parenting, conversations we need to have. My findings: black men at an outstanding rate were unhappy with black women in the community, and black women at an equally outstanding rate were unhappy with black men. That's where the he says, she says came into play. Now, the black woman versus the black man, myth or reality, that's where, we unpack the conversations that we need to have. We unpack the issues, the he says, the she says. And just reflecting on the 28th of September, we've had discussions before, but the show on the 28th of September with Supreme, one of our star guests at the online event and a friend/family to the show, post-show I received feedback from women who found the show productive, and so did men as well. Now, they all stated that with more time the topic can be explored further, and there's going to be more time for all of that. There's going to be more time, so we're just going to pace ourselves. So my findings and key points that Supreme raised, and also the beautiful Akua Michelle, one of our event speakers, her contribution to the conversation was valuable as well. So we were able to reflect on the importance of black men and black women having these difficult conversations publicly. And also Buzzing Bee contributed, and women benefit from that. Now, women who did not participate on the night, who previously reported that they were not interested in listening, I'm looking at Buzzing Bee, they said they were not interested in listening to what black men had to say, but they listened to the points raised by you guys on the night.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
That's
so
an interesting point. I wonder why
you guys are
interested.
influencing and we're bringing up the conversation. I'm the facilitator, I'm the mediator. That is progress. That is progress. So I'm able to see how relevant the project topics still are to the community. This is a platform, and I want to take the time to say thanks to you, Buzzing Bee, here on the Global Horizon Show, because this is, we're having those conversations, and it is impact people, and the whole theme of restoring healthy relationships. From toxic to healthy, and that's powerful, and you have opened the door to that. So I want to thank the Global Horizon Show. Now, people listening, you can call. We're going to take a call after our special guest. The number is 07377 236 067. Now, just to engage you, I could ask you a question, even if you just don't want to call, but I'm going to encourage you to call. I can ask you a question like, what is the name of my main project book? I said that earlier. What made me continue to my independent survey? Who did I predominantly work with within the community? So those are questions. And here's another question, and that goes for Buzzing Bee as well. Who sung the original version of the song that was played earlier on? Those are the questions, but for now, we have our special guest. I'm going to introduce him. Our special guest is live. He's live now.
Just hold on.
So I'm going to introduce him. His name is Janabis Reds. He's the founder director of ATS Creative Academy, and he's an artist, multi-talented. He's one of our many guests that's going to be performing and presenting at the online event. So Janabis Reds, are you there? Can you hear me?
Hello there, how you doing? You alright?
Hello, Janabis Reds. I'm fine.
What's good?
How are you?
I'm fine, man. I'm fine. Just kicking back. Yeah, man. Being easy. You know what I mean?
That is cool. I mean, just put it this way. You know, it's really good that you've joined the Urban Narratives online event. You're going to be performing. Now, I said that you're multi-talented. You write, you sing, you rap. Would you say you rap?
Yeah. Well, if you want to put it in that type of genre, yeah, it'd be easier to put it in that category.
Yeah. But what would you describe your music as? Janabis Reds.
I think it's cross because I do reggae and hip hop, and sometimes I cross intertwine the two genres into one track. So yeah, it depends. It's a cross blend between reggae and hip hop.
Exactly, because I've seen some of your work and it's diverse. You're talented, and I keep saying that. But I've seen your work, and yeah, you also the spoken word. You've got powerful spoken word on YouTube as well.
Yeah, I'm only recently delved into the releasing the spoken word. Do you know what I mean? I used to write a lot of poems, but I never expressed them. I would perform them, if you get what I mean. So that's only recent.
Right, that's a recent, because listening to you, and other people have listened to your poems, and it sounds like you've been doing it for ages, to be honest.
I think that's where the performing comes into play. So that's helped it a lot. So when I was younger, I was performing a lot and in the studio regularly. So yeah, that helped a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Within confidence in performing.
So it's like transferable, the skills and your ability to write everything. Excellent. And guess what? I didn't ask you, because what we do on the show, we check in. So from 1 to 10, 1 being or 0, you just can't be asked, but 1 being you just don't feel too great. 5 is in between. 10 is like you're feeling completely terrific. Like I think that was what Buzzing Bee said. But how are you feeling from 1 to 10? What would you say?
7. I'll put myself at 7.5.
7.5. Okay, so when this is finished, you'll be at 9 to 10.
Alright, cool. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. That's the aim. So, okay. So I'm going to ask you this question: how long have you been listening to the show? Like, are you a fan of the show, Janabis?
I'm only just been recently tuning in. I can't say I'm a fan yet because I'm a newbie.
You're not a fan yet. You're going to become a fan.
Newbie.
You're going to become a fan, though. You're going to become a fan. He's going to become a fan, everybody. Now, I hope so.
It seems like it anyway, because you've got interesting topics that you cover. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I noticed both of, my name, my nickname, and your name, you end with a Z. I was going to say Z. We've had one American guest, and I'm saying Z, but your name ends with a Z, Reds. Is that without? Yeah, is that kind of urban? Would you say what they call urban? The reason why I'm asking that is because Anne's, because that was a nickname given to me, and someone said it sounded kind of urban. So I'm just asking: is that something that's supposed to be urban with a Z at the end, or not to your knowledge? Is he still there? It sounds like Janabis is not connected.
No, he's gonna have to.
Okay, he will call back. Janabis Red will call back because he just cut out then.
He's gone off,
okay, he's going to call back now. Okay, Janabis, I know you cut out just then.
Yep.
All right, did you hear the question?
Yeah, if regarding the Z.
The Z. Somebody made a comment to me because somebody made a comment to me about the Z being at the end, that it's a symbol, or something. So I'm just going to ask you. You can say to me, "Why should you know?" But I'm going to ask you: is that, to your knowledge, is Reds? Is it kind of urban kind of?
I wouldn't regard it as. I would say that it comes from obviously the urban settings and stuff like that, like to do with slang in it. But in regards to symbolism, I'll have to research into that because I don't have a clue about it being symbolic to anything.
Okay,
to
but
my knowledge.
I'm with you.
That's something to look into, actually. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, because someone said that to me. So definitely, it's associated with urban, right? Is that?
Yeah, definitely.
Right, I thought so because somebody had pointed that out. Had pointed that out to me. So Janabas, okay, you're also a creative mentor. Do you want to tell the people a bit more about what you do? Because the Creative Academy, you're founder and director, and that's a big thing.
So yeah, basically we've me and my business partner Sabrina P, we've come together and we started it started as a film and performance program that we were delivering in my local estate, and basically we was a production company at first called Free Souls Productions. Because of how the response level of what the delivery of the program took off, we decided we got more satisfaction doing that. And we started ATF's Creative Academy, which is basically allowing young people and the creative space for young people to enhance on their creative abilities.
Brilliant.
So we run different programs. One of them is the Cash Project, which is the Creative Artistic Support Hub. And within that spectrum, we also have Cash Project Records, which is the business side where you're able to distribute the music that you do with us, and the end goal is basically for them to start creating their own income off of the creative arts that they produce with us, and then they'll also know the business side and the business element of it as well.
Excellent. And Power Over Pain, have I said that correctly?
Yes, Power Over Pain group.
Explain that. Explain Power Over Pain.
Yeah. So that's basically a program that we've recently launched where we're looking to use the creative arts like film, art, street arts, things like that of that nature to help people empower themselves or processing emotional issues or traumas that they may have.
Right.
So we're using tools that we use in film to help them process their emotions and feelings. You know what I mean?
Right, so that's it's the same creativity and well-being, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And we also incorporate kick fit in that as well. So then that's like kickboxing in a fitness type level as well. So you gain more strength for exercises as well.
Right, so you're definitely you're diverse. You do a lot, don't you? You do a lot there.
I don't look at it as doing a lot because I see it as all under one spectrum, if you get what I mean. It may appear a lot to the outsiders looking in, but for me, it's like, that's what I do. You know what I mean?
I can relate to that because people say to me, I do a lot, and to me, it doesn't seem like a lot. So I relate to that now. I see what you mean. Okay, so Janabas, right, we have topics on the show, and we invite our guests to contribute. You don't have to, but you can think about it. So I'm going to ask you a question. So does every man need a good woman, in brackets friend, in his life? Would you
Repeat the question one more time?
Yeah, does every man need can be seen in many different ways, but does every man need, I like to say benefit from, but does every man need a good woman, preferably friend, a good woman friend in his life?
As friends?
As a friend, what do you think of your female friends?
Definitely.
Yeah. You think it's put it this way, it adds to your life.
One to learn off with each other, and two, not only and it helps develop us as people. Do you get what I mean? As individual, as a man. Do you know what I mean? First being with the mum, that's the first connection. Do you know what I mean? And then you have your grandmother and your sisters, your brothers, if you have sisters or siblings. Yeah. And your cousins and stuff like that. So that's the first interaction that you're going to learn from a woman. You get what I mean? From how they are, and then you build certain relationships with these females within your family. Sorry, I'm being interrupted by another call.
Oh, okay. So, what, do you have to leave us, or are you
No, no,
okay
no,
for a
no,
few
no. I don't have
minutes?
to. I don't have to leave you.
Yeah, because that was interesting.
Continue.
Because see your response to that. That was interesting because some people are triggered by the word need. So it's both ways, isn't it? Every woman, she benefits from having a good good male friends in her life. So we benefit. It's mutual growth. Okay,
Sorry, say that again.
Janibus.
One more time.
Yeah, are you distracted?
No, 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 no. I didn't hear that last bit.
Yeah, I was just saying that every man, we said, needs a good woman in his life, a good woman friend. So every woman also benefits from having male friends. So it's mutual as long as there's trust and respect. Because we've been having lots of conversations around relationships. I know you're new to the show, but we've been having lots of conversations around relationships and healthy relationships and restoring healthy relationships. And there was a lot of men versus women. And I was saying to Buzzing Bee earlier, I'm not sure if you heard, but we were saying that the conversation of black men and women, is there a divide? Because a lot of people that are contacting me certainly are saying that they are benefiting from even conversations like this, just black men and women talking about the difficulties that are out there. So it's interesting to have guests on board who do, like to contribute to the conversation. So I know that you definitely are somebody that likes to contribute to the conversation, although you are going to be performing at the event.
Yep.
So if you ever feel like being part of the panel, you can let me know, because it's interesting. It's good for people to contribute in that way. So I wanted to know, is there anything that you want to say right now to people listening? Because you've got your business. You're somebody who I think is definitely influential, and what you're doing is powerful, and the whole power over pain, that just stands out to me. Power over pain, because it means so much. It's like not being defeated.
Yeah, definitely not being defeated. It's about not allowing your emotions getting the best of you. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of the things that we face are on an emotional level, and then it hits us on a mental level, because it's repeating within our brains. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about attacking it, facing the inner pain that's affecting your emotional imbalances. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So
links.
so that's what it's all about for me. In regards to relationships and stuff, because I know that's what your radio shows is around, and obviously talking about black women and black men, the relationship between us. I think we need to come to from my perspective, we need to come to an understanding and learn from each other a little bit more. Depending if you're talking about in love and with that spouse that you're with. Also knowing and respecting each other's boundaries as well.
Yes, boundaries.
I think that plays a big part of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, exactly. Because that's what we're here about. We're here to restore and have those conversations. It's going to be more difficult conversations to come, but that's why we just we're planting the seed at the moment for these conversations, and slowly but surely inviting the ladies as well to have the conversations, and to get people to invite people rather to call in, not just the speakers, but for people to call in, because the feedback when the show's finished, we have received lots of feedback, but we have very shy or silent listeners as well. So it's good that you come on and you have something to say about it as well. So Janibus, I wanted to know, did you hear the song at the start of the program, the start of the segment?
No, I missed it.
All right, because I was going to ask you a question about that, so I'm gonna put that over to the listeners, a question about that, and and basically I just want to say also, so what would you say your goals are in terms of, we talked about mental health, we touched on that. What would you say? Because for me, my goal is to make psychotherapy more accessible to the community, so that people can collaborate and understand the benefits of what someone like myself has learned, and the work that I've done. And we have Mervyn Barrett, we have yourself, different people coming on board, and there's more. Everyone's multi-talented. Everyone brings so much to the table. So I want you to know, obviously, this time around you're going to be performing, yeah, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, you're part of the group, and I want you to know, what would you say that your aim, if you had to, we say something here, encapsulate your thoughts. What would you say your aims are for people who are accessing your service, or just in general your presence in the world? What's your legacy, that kind of thing?
I think my overall aim is that we can use the creative arts industry and the tools and the processes that we use to help process the mental and emotional imbalances that's going on within our societies today. I think that's what I want to push right now.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of research, as I've discussed with you off air, and I've just recently uploaded a podcast.
Yes, I was going to ask about that.
Are we being creatively stimulated in today's modern society? So you can check that out. That's part 1's recently being uploaded. Part 2 is being uploaded as we speak. So yeah, you can check that podcast out, and where I go I delve in a little bit more into the research of what I found. Yeah. So yeah, I think to conclude, that is my overall aim: to use the creative arts and the tools that we use in our industry to help other people overcome their pain, their emotional imbalances, or even mental health imbalances, or mental imbalances, rather.
Excellent. So Janabas, thanks so much for contacting today. I know
Thank you.
Yeah, honestly, it's been a pleasure listening. It's been a pleasure talking to you, and the fact that you're on board is really good. Okay.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, and we look forward to the online event, and you are definitely welcome to come back to Black Men Talk. Okay, you're welcome now. You're a friend of the show now. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're a friend of the show, and yeah, we'll let the listeners have your details if they want to contact you. If you would like to say your details for people to get in touch, or where they can find you.
You can contact me via atscreativeacademy@gmail.com. That's via email, and you can catch us on our website, www.atscreativeacademy.org. And we are on all the platforms. You can also catch me as Janabas. Sorry, I'm getting excited now. And you can follow my music on those platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter.
Right, excellent. Okay, Janabas Reds. Okay, thank you so much for coming on today and talking with myself. Do you want to say hi to Janabas? Hi and goodbye, Buzzing Bee.
Yes, Janabas. It's been a pleasure.
This is Buzzing Bee.
This is Buzzing Bee here. It's been a pleasure having you on this segment of Black Men Talk, and do value your contribution here this evening.
Thank you very much once again.
Okay, Janabas. Okay, all right, you take care. Bye for now.
All right then.
Okay, bye. Bye, Janabas. Bye. Okay, guys, that was Janabas Reds. Multi-talented young man. That's Janabas, founder, director of ATS Creative Academy. And he gave you his details there. We'll repeat them at the end. We're coming to the end. We've got some time, a little bit of time left. Yeah. And I'm going to invite you guys to call in. Now, I put the questions to you, and one of the other questions is, what's the song that I played at the beginning? Now I know that who Buzzing Bee thinks it is. Does anybody at home recognise? We all know who we think it is. Stand By Me, yeah, we all know that song. Who do we think is singing? Because I know Buzzing Bee thinks it's the original person. Who's singing that at the beginning? That's one of the questions. Does anybody want to call in? Even if you're one of the speakers, call in. 07377 236 067. If you know the answer to who's singing, whose version of Stand By Me was that at the top of the show, who wants to call in and say who that was? Now, to talk more about the event, you can call in from now, so I'm letting you know you can call in, live call. Okay, so that's 07377 236067. If you'd like to text, that's 07 984 931 588. Now, just a recap on the guests that are going to be at the online event. Akua Michelle, who's going to be a guest on the show, certified massage therapist. Hugh Mayers, psychotherapist, educator, trainer. Victor Daniels, also another multi-talented, the UK comedian, Victor Daniels. World-class coaches, introducing Alan Daly. He's a professional development coach, multi-talented as well, international life coach. Specialist in the area of toxic relationships is Harrio. He's been on the show before. And also, obviously, Mervyn Barrett, our peak performance coach. So, is anyone going to call in? Because our listeners are really shy, and I get messages at the end of the show. Now, as I said, also, Buzzing Bee, I'm going to bring Buzzing Bee in. Buzzing Bee, I'm going to bring you in and say to you, in terms of what we've been looking at, the relationships, the divisions, in terms of me hearing from people who have said that they have benefited from particularly the conversation with Supreme around relationships and the conflict between the black man and black women. So in future shows, when we have shows where we are able to take calls and people feel confident enough to call in, of how do you think that's going to go? Because it's definitely a conversation, the ladies certainly, because apart from Akua who text, other ladies are messaging me and they don't want to call.
You mean are you talking about the online event, or are you talking about in terms
no, just
of
in terms of just the radio show, people contacting and having these conversations?
Well, I mean, it would be I think it probably would be more impactful if people do, but because of sometimes the nature of these sort of conversations, generally in our community, they're not the kind of conversation that is that people are quite forthcoming about. So I think it would help if people did, because people often don't like to, I suppose, to generally speaking, get too in depth in terms of exposure, in terms of what they're saying, particularly when you get subjects that are because of the way you're unpacking it in a very incisive way. Something that the incisiveness can maybe scare some people. Think, well, no, I don't want to be part of that because I don't know what it's going to uncover, or perhaps the trajectory in which it's going. So I think it's sometimes the incisiveness that sometimes scares people, or it's the unknown. Well, what is it really about?
Yeah, because how I see it is this way, because with our listeners, they're not contacting straight away, and I think sometimes people think, okay, it might be the case of self-disclosure.
Yes.
The text, and things like that. So as a therapist, obviously, confidentiality and everything else, even though I'm on the radio show, I'm unpacking a project that's already, I've already completed the project and I'm unpacking it. So people contacting in, they don't have to disclose. Basically, they can actually just share, are you shocked by the fact that in my survey, came across black men who, to say dislike black women is putting it mildly, and they would make an exception out of me and certain other black women, and the way that boys as well, the way that they referred to black women, that shocked me.
Right.
So, and then women that were really angry. So it was about black men and women, just you can call in and say, well, that's not my experience, or that's doesn't sound, but we're going to have those conversations.
Yes,
we are. We're going to.
I think we need to have those conversations, because I think that quite often we skirt around the issues in that, and we are not always honest about the issues. Talking on both sides, actually. I've been to conversations where I felt that women, generally speaking, of course, that the Pacific women that I spoke to and that I heard in certain topics in conversation didn't speak to the honesty of the situation. I think they perhaps were projecting their experience and how they feel, and not ascribing any of the blame, quote unquote, to what transpire perhaps in their lives and their experiences with black men. That's
a powerful one. And the thing about it is, as a community, we're vocal when it's about what others are doing, other races are doing to us, how we treat one another. So we have the how they see us, how do we see us. So the conversations are going to be had. We're going to have those conversations, and we're going to take our time to unpack them and get to a point where listeners will be able to pick up the phone and call in, and we can have these conversations and move forward. Because some ladies were responding and saying that, they didn't know that men saw them in that way, or that men experienced women in that way, in the way that Supreme was talking about. So at the end of the day, it is definitely a topic. We're going to see if there's any text messages. But it's silent out there. It's definitely silent out there. And someone is saying greetings.
You probably need to voice this, guys, if people don't want to be identified.
Oh, right. So if I'm not going to read the name, if they call in, is that what they're saying?
I think the person is saying that for those who are shy about calling in and don't want to be recognised, perhaps we need in the studio.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
We need a voice disguiser.
Right, and here's the thing. Right, that's a good one. That's nice. That's a good one. And the thing about it is, what we're going to do...
And that was from Jawara. Shalom.
Thank you for that contribution. And the thing about it is, thank you so much for that contribution. We're going to have these conversations. We're going to wrap it up now. We know that people are listening. We know that we're going to be the first, Buzzing Bee. We're going to be the first to have these conversations. And the fact that we were able to have those conversations, and Supreme and Akua, we were having dialogue through me reading out Akua's text, and that is powerful for other women to witness that, because Supreme was not insulting black women, and he was being honest. So we need to have those conversations, and we're going to touch on all the areas that emerged. I've got a project to unpack. I've already have all the findings there, so it's going to be unpacked. I know there's going to be resistance from the community, but I'm the one to deliver it.
Or there might not be.
I believe there'll be some resistance, but I'm actually ready for it. I'm ready for that, because it's going to be unpacked, and people have said that they want to have those conversations. So we're going to have those conversations, and I want to thank everyone for listening. I want to thank people for listening, and just to say that we're going to have an online event, but we're here on Black Men Talk to have those conversations that emerged from the project. Yeah, so you can catch me on you can subscribe on Anne's the Urban Psychotherapist. Content will be coming soon, the poetry, etc. So yeah, you can subscribe there. So thanks, guys. We come to the end of Black Men Talk.
Do you want to try?
And we're going to go out with a track, and we're going to randomly choose track number 5. We're going to just randomly choose a track. And thank you guys for listening. And next week, we're going to have Victor Daniels over the coming weeks. Victor Daniels, a comedian. We're going to have Hugh Mayers, he's a psychotherapist and educator. Akua Michelle, she is a certified massage therapist. We've got Alan Daly coming up on the show, professional development consultant. And we have so much more with Wayne McLean as well. He's going to be doing his thing, and Homer. We've got so many different people. We're going to go out with a track. This sounds like I know the name. That's Louisa Marks, and it's Hello There. So this is for people who meet that person that they haven't seen in a long time. Okay, it's a beautiful track, beautiful voice, and thanks everyone. Take care, and remember the Jerusalema to learn the dance. An online event is coming soon. Thanks for listening, and we're gonna have those conversations. Okay, until.
Since we have met again.
Yes. Yes. Louisa Marks there, ending the Blackman Talk segment with Anne's the Urban Psychotherapist. And we just want to thank Generous Reds for participating this evening as part of Blackman Talk, exploring the issues, yes, and getting underneath, unpacking them, as Anne would put it. There are much more conversations to come. There are more conversations to come here on the segment of Blackman Talk next week. So Anne will be joining next week. She'll be coming on at 8 o'clock to present Blackman Talk. And we're just going to be getting back to the topic that we will deal with, the business of health and wealth. And of course we had Montu from Tree of Eternal Life, which is based on 124 West Green Road, London, in 155AA, and they are providing you with herbs and services that benefits your health and well-being, holistic health and well-being. It was open recently, and obviously they will be looking for your support, because it's you're not only supporting them, you're also supporting your health and your well-being. And I think it is very important that we focus on health and wealth, because if we are healthy and we have excellent well-being, then we are indeed a wealthy community, because it's about restoring and maintaining our health. It's an important foundation of any community. So I'm sure that there will be those of you who have either changed your diet or your habits in terms of eating and exercising, because of a new or continuing health challenge, or you just want to be healthy, and you decided to change your lifestyle in order that you have a more healthy and balanced life. Because if you look at our community in general, the statistics do not always reflect us very well in terms of the way that we are represented, with the different condition and diseases like diabetes and blood pressure and so forth. These are very prevalent in our community, and also mental health as well. So these are the areas in which we have to focus on in terms of getting ourselves in a fit state to be a fully functioning community. But also in terms of the well-being, also looking out for each other, supporting each other, because I think that what Anne's present relates to this. Good relationships also contributes to well-being. It's very important. Toxic relationships don't. And toxic relationships can often lead to stress and affect your well-being. So it is very important that we do this in terms of improving our relationships, even forgiving each other and not letting past problems and issues weigh you down, and leaving lots of space in your head for these problems and issues to live. You're providing fertile ground or fertile space for them by not only housing these issues and past things in our head, but also feeding them as they grow and consume our lives. So ways of healing, very important in terms of healing and looking after oneself. Healing is also a part of the process of well-being and living healthy. Because healing suggests that there is an issue, whether physical or whether psychological, and a good moving from a toxic relationship to a healthy one is healing, and that will also restore good psychological balance in our lives. So yes, moving from toxic to positive or healthy relationships, very important to our health and well-being, because relationship sits at the foundation of health and well-being. Well, in case you didn't know, the singer of that "Stand By Me" was Otis Redding, and I can see some people saying, "Well, I knew that." No, he's Otis Redding was the artist there. But yes, we must work towards creating a healthy community, but a healthy community. But we must start with ourselves first, because we have to start with ourselves if we're going to talking about, even if we're going into a relationship with someone, we have to start with ourselves. And if you haven't healed, I would suggest not to start that relationship, because it's only going to, well, it could end up being a car crash in more ways than one, and sometimes very unproductive in that sense. So it's better to heal, so we have a clear mind and that we can function in a relationship and in a positive one. So important is making health and wealth your business, but also supporting businesses. Yeah, we're going to always support our businesses, but when you support a business that provide a service that relates to healing, we're also helping ourselves. And the motto of the tree of life eternal, the tree of eternal life, it is we aim to heal all. So very important there. Therefore, the tree of eternal life, which is based there on West Green Road 124A, London in 155AA. And if you want any information from them, it's info@thetreeoflife.co.uk, or you can give them a call 0208 800 3114, 0208 800 3114. So again, I just want to thank you. Coming up next is Pastor Michael Lewis, and he will be presenting the gospel time, and he will be giving you words of encouragement from the Bible, and also sharing his thoughts with you. So I just want to thank everyone who tuned in today to listen to the Global Horizon Show with myself, Buzz and B, and also those who also tuned in to listen to Black Men Talk, because there's some who only tune in to hear that segment of the show because it's their interest. So we also want to thank you as well for being here with us. But again, you're going to join us next week, because Ange will be here next week to present that segment at we'll be here to present that segment at 8 o'clock. So on that note, I will be my final track is from the featured artist of the month is Ella Andel. She is the featured artist of the month. So I will be playing you out with a track from her. So again, thank you for listening and join us at the same time. Just want to pick up to Benji and Joanna and to Rare, Diamond, Star, all the silent listeners out there and those who texted in and the silent listeners most of all. I just want to thank you for joining us here today. So on that note, have an awesome and pleasant evening.
Amariri me fakaima. Amurele malo. 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 Amurele malo. Amurele malo. Amariri me fakaima. Amurele malo. Amariri Marie